Welcome back, everybody, for the war for the crown. And we are opening today on the cusp of the High Strategos' counter speech. So that is actually the scene I'm going to open with today, unless there are any other questions or clarifications that anybody needs. I know it's a lot of people to keep track of, so please ask questions if you're confused.
So far, I'm okay. Anybody else?
Let's get this party started.
Go.
The party already started.
Let's get this party continue.
All right. And so, we return to the Exaltation Gala. Now, we know that the High Strategos is about to give his speech, but first, Bruadar. Something that kind of happened as you were going upstairs with the Baron. Remember they asked you if you'd come see the clown with them? And it presents an opportunity for you to still talk with the Baron. And remember, you were up on like a veranda that looks over the garden. But as you go up there, Bruadar, you hear a woman with the most obnoxious laugh. She goes, the feet and how they dance around. I should get one of these from my house. And that woman looks like this.
Oh, I hate her.
She is ridiculously gauche with fine jewelry, set her apart from any other Taldan. Her face has a smile, although you notice Bruadar every now and then it quickly turns to a sneer when she loses control of a conversation. And she's got a short but well-kept brown hair locked back in a stylized bun. And she has got, a gaggle of other, ladies near her. She just goes, with the hand up next to her mouth. I really should get some of these little servants for myself. Look at what they are. Oh, they're little people.
Our people.
And you see some of the other nobles. They say, Countess Abriel Pace, you can't just say that. Oh, nonsense! Don't tell me what I can and can't say. Oh, Gerard, you should get me one of them. Could you find me one? Oh, I want to bring it home.
That's my target.
And Bruadar, you know that is one of Rosette Kastner's targets.
Very calmly, Bruadar will just be like to Rosette, here, I found her. Please get her to silence before I silence her by accident.
I have several ways to do this, but I must finish first mission. And I can't pick up on someone laughing. Oh my god, this is worse than I thought.
Yes, please, or it's going to be horrible for her. Thank you.
I hear her from so far.
Oh yeah, anyone in the garden, you can hear her laughter just echo over the area. But aside from that, though, you go up there and Wasilica looks at Selly and she goes, "Oh, shall I show you a trick, huh?" And she starts doing all sorts of tricks, and Selly looks super happy. You can see the Baron is smiling. And Wasilica even waves at you, Bruadar, because she remembers you from the front gates. But she's very busy, and there's all sorts of other noble children up here, along with their parents, and they're kind of schmoozing and grooving. And so I imagine until your turn comes up, you're basically making small talk, getting to know Baron Okerra more, and trying to see if you can figure out why he looked so sad.
That is exactly what I'm doing.
But as that all goes on,
Can we come to the gardens for this speech?
you can. Earl Mercandus, much like Lady Gloriana Marilla.
Can you move me?
Where are you?
I'm all the way in the fucking library.
Oh.
I don't want to have to drag myself.
Earl Mercandus, much like Lady Gloriana Marilla before, calls for the crowd to silence themselves. And he says, attention, the Honorable High Strategos Maxillar Pytherius would like to address the crowd today. And he gives him a wonderful bow. And Maria, you noticed, I think you noticed about maybe a round or two ago. I can't remember exactly. The mysterious gentleman, you have not been able to place him. You have no idea where he is right now.
Lost track of him. Yeah, you mentioned that before.
Yeah,
He will
so
be shooting.
he's kind of been out of sight. He will be shooting some. Remember, no guns allowed inside.
Yes, well, no corset knives either.
But
poison and courage.
the High Strategos leads himself up upon the podium, and you see Earl Countess. He uses a little bit of magic to kind of, give it some pizzazz.
Magic.
And he says, yes, thank you, everyone, for this lovely evening. Your comments and words have been most kind. But we are not only here for a party, honorable senators. I stand before you today, not merely as Taldor's chief protector, but as a guardian of our cherished traditions and the very soul of Taldor. You see, and he begins pacing back and forth across the stage, we are a people forged in the fires of history, guided by the wisdom of our forebears. My lineage, the House of Pytherius, has long upheld these sacred principles. From Admiral Arneson's valiant assault on Absalom to Colonel Sarius's liberation of the city of Zamar. These are the legacies we honor. These are the legacies we must preserve. And he takes a moment to look at the crowd and folds his arms at his side. Today, we face a grave threat. Not from external forces, but from within. You see, the call to repeal agnatic primogeniture is a call to invite chaos, instability, and division into the heart of our realm. We cannot, we must not allow sentimentality to cloud our judgment or lead us astray. For you see, agnatic primogeniture ensures that power remains in the hands of those who are most prepared by lineage, by training, and by duty to govern. It is not about exclusion. It is about safeguarding the future of our nation. A future where leadership is not subject to the fickle winds of change, but anchored in the steadfast principles that have guided us for generations. And you see some of the more conservative members of the crowd.
Boo, this is terrible. Give it my man.
He's not finished, though. He raises a hand to silence the crowd. But those of you in the gardens, you can see, in particular, these three individuals in the center, they roll their eyes heavily as the High Strategos speaks. Now, senators, I would like to ask something of you. Consider the alternative. A society where power is handed over to those unprepared, unworthy, and unsuited to the mantle of leadership. A society where the very foundation of our noble houses is eroded by contested claims and internal strife. Such a future would spell disaster for Taldor. A betrayal of our ancestors and their sacrifices. Let us not be swayed by those who preach progress while seeking to dismantle the pillars of our society. True progress is built upon the solid foundation of our traditions, not the shifting sands of untested ideas. By preserving agnatic primogeniture, we preserve our legacy, our heritage, and the strength that has made Taldor great. I urge you today, esteemed senators, to cast your votes with the wisdom of our forebears. Reject the repeal of agnatic primogeniture and stand firm in the defense of the time-honored principles that have guided us for millenniums. Let us be remembered as the guardians of our nation's enduring strength, as the defenders of the Talbot way. You know, the more conservative members of the crowd break out in applause.
I roll my eyes.
Yeah, Maria's jaw is currently
Hitting the floor.
up in anger as he hears these words, and his mind goes back to the alchemically altered wafer still in his pockets. And he's thinking, he's like, damn it, where's that other guy? He's like, is he watching? Could I just...
Is he watching? Oh, he's nervous.
Bruadar's just literally going, I was like gonna message Mary and go, by any chance, do you still have that thing?
I do, but do you see that? There was another fellow with him.
Get a rando.
Icon hat. Oh,
It'll be fine.
But as that goes, much like the princess, the High Strategos is kind of finishing his speech, talking with sycophants and others that kind of rush up to see him. And like I said, you can see the three individuals in the center. They are like, oh.
Yes, I feel this too. Of course.
Maybe some kindred spirits he could communicate
Speech of
with.
such zeal given by man who is impotent, huh? What does he care? He has no children.
But he is taking in the crowd, and you see early under Countess, a fabulous speech by the High Strategos. Surely you all will heed his words tonight. High Strategos, is there anything more you would like to say? That is enough, early under. And he a glance over at Princess Eutropia. She casts a glance back at him. Yeah, it's icicles. You see Earleander stare at Lady Gloriana Marilla. The mysterious gentleman is nowhere to be found.
damn, I don't want to get caught, but he may also just not be watching this particular spot right now.
If you shall hold your peace, we shall move to Rosette Kastner, who entered the garden to hear the High Strategos and now wishes she didn't.
It was a terrible speech.
But the High Strategos is currently dismounting, dealing with sycophants and all the like. Rosette Kastner.
Take me back to the library.
Take you back?
I've
To
heard
the
better speech from
library.
Donkey.
From Donkey? Is that what you said?
Yes, I've heard better speech from Donkey.
All right.
Terrible.
And so you said you're not going to eavesdrop on the conversation.
Not
between...
yet. I need to go to this room
All right. You head the back
to
room.
find
Rosette
the
Kastner.
thing.
Indeed. And you make your way into the back
Thanks.
of the archives. And if the front was a mess, this is a disaster.
It is so dusty back here.
Indeed, indeed. And as you get back there, you're combing through, you're like, oh God, how am I going to find this thing?
Is it scroll? Is it book?
It's a book, but it's in terrible, terrible, terrible shape. But you got some general, Dewey Decimal instructions from, what should be the archives
The
keeper.
Library of Congress.
And as you are going through, you think you spot it. It's on the highest shelf in the Imperial Archives. So you've got to grab like one of those rolling ladders that the library has. You got to drag it over, get it over there. You climb the ladder all the way to the top. But there's just this huge pile of a mess up there. And you see the book.
This is the one.
As you go to reach for the book, it's under a collection of other scrolls. And those scrolls, they're kind of like images, they're pictures. And they're labeled. They're labeled Factor 1 through Factor 12.
What do they look like?
And they look like this. They're like sketches.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah, but they're labeled Factor 1 through Factor 12.
It looks like something Martella might be interested.
You could give me a recall knowledge check. You'd like to learn what those might be. They look like mechanical at first.
Why does it have a knife?
It's under encounters.
It's ready.
All right.
What this is?
Do you know what this is? It takes you a second, but at first you were like, oh, this must be some sort of construct or something.
Yes.
But then you come to a realization. It's not. Though it is a machine, it's actually sentient. It's what's referred to as an arbiter, which are creatures from the plane of Axis. And for those of you who are unaware of what the plane of Axis is, you would know this in character. It's one of the many places that when you die and Pharasma decides where to send you, Axis could be one of them.
Yes, but what the fuck does this have to do with my wizard book I'm looking for?
Well, what's curious is that as you're looking at the documents, kind of moving them aside to get to the book, is that it says that this Factor 1 through Factor 12, they were numbered. There were supposed to be 12 of them. They were summoned from the plane of Axis, and they were supposed to maintain the Imperial Archives.
Well, where the fuck does it go?
Yeah, like I said, there are these spherical aeons found throughout the multiverse. But they come from the plane of Axis, which is kind of like the plane of law and order. And there are supposed to be 12 of them managing the archives. Now, the documents that you're looking at say they were summoned centuries ago. But these creatures, they don't die in like a normal sense.
Well, they could just go back where they came from. Well, is this any use to me? I do not need to pick up 12 scrolls. I push them aside.
After a little bit of maybe this is why the Imperial Archives is in such terrible shape.
Is this a Chekhov's gun?
Perhaps. Who knows how many Chekhov's guns I've given you already. Nonetheless, eventually, you get your way to the text. And it's crumbling. You know, it's water damaged. It's in horrible, horrible condition. It might be salvageable enough to make it legible with a careful touch.
Can be delicate.
So I'm going to need a crafting check.
Blind?
No.
Is that high enough or should I use you?
Just barely. It crumbles at the edges in some places, and you're like, you ever done bookbinding before in the library?
No.
But you're,
I don't teach you that on my salary.
you're trying to bookbind, you're like, oh, it's gonna crumble, But eventually, you get the text in a form that you can at least carry back to the Duke. But you've got to be very gentle. You've just barely put it together.
Okay.
And so,
I'm putting it very gentle.
you take the text, make your way back to where Duke Leonard Centimus is.
I want to see what's going on here.
You want to eavesdrop real quick? Does look like they're speaking in hushed whispers.
Sure, I'll pretend I'm looking at the bookshelf or something.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Ooh, that's really good. As you're walking by, you're trying to keep the book stable and undamaged, and you catch wind a bit of your brother's conversation. He's never been quite the best at, being sneaky or whatever. But you hear him, he says, "Yes, Grand Duke Avanathus, thank you for taking the time to meet with me. You see, I wanted to discuss this situation that has befallen my sister. I am convinced that she has put it behind her, this point, but to be honest with you, Grand Duke, I've thought about it constantly. This mysterious event that occurred to her in her childhood in this mark. I am a man of the church. It is my understanding that you are one of the best spellcasters in all of Taldor. I was hoping that you might be able to offer some guidance on this. At least examine it a bit." And the Grand Duke, he says, "But of course, Lord Remy. I'd be happy to look at your sister's mark. Although I am surprised. Why are you speaking to me in such hushed tones?" He says, "Well, there are rumors at court about our family, and I do not wish for this to draw unwanted attention to that." I see. But I am more than happy to speak with your sister and to give her a bit of an examination. Though without the workshop, I can't say I can do a whole lot today, but perhaps we could get a working hypothesis. he goes, yes. As soon as I leave the gala. And now he doesn't know that you're here yet. So I will tell her that you would like to meet with her. Yes. Is she not at the gala today? No. Unfortunately, I did not have enough Senate aid badges to pass out to her. He says, well, that's a shame. If she was here, I'd be more than happy to take a look right now. Sure, we could find a private room. He says, yes, but truly, Grand Duke, this is... you do me the kindest service. He says, it is no trouble at all, Remy. And so, what's your response to that conversation?
Can I be like around a corner?
Yeah.
Maybe I can just like pretend I was passing by.
Yes, and remember, this place is full of people.
Right.
So,
because I want them to see me, but I don't want them to know that I want them to see me. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm like back here and I just kind of like walk out, clear my throat like.
As you walk by, are you trying to engage them now, or are you?
Why not? I'm already here.
Okay. He says, Lord Kastner, is that not your sister right there, though? And Remy turns. He goes, Sister, what are you doing here? How did you get in?
That is for me to know and you to never find out.
Sister, you cannot be sneaking into places.
And I'll just point at my
This is inefficient. Oh. Who are you working for?
Do not worry about that. I was just on my way to deliver this book right here to my bestest friend, Duke Centimus, actually. He can vouch for me if you're suspicious.
You are here as a guest of Duke Centimus?
Well, I did not say that, but we are good friends.
Since when?
Since literally just today.
And he looks at you shocked and he says, And you see Grand Duke Abernathy. He goes, seems your sister is taking the initiative, Lord Kastner. He says, Grand Duke, please.
Oh,
quiet."
if you are so worried, I have also met the new Lord Calbio, as well as the princess herself. I held her dog at this speech.
Look at her. She's making quite the moves. He says, Sister, you are too bold. The princess, well, Lord Calbio is fine. Well, soon to be Lord Calbio is fine, but what are you doing here?
Well, I just said I'm delivering this book to my good friend Duke Centimus.
Yes, well, perhaps you should return to that. And you see the Grand Duke. Now come now, Lord Kastner. Were we not just discussing it? And he turns and looks at the Duke. He says, what did I say, Grand Duke? And you can tell, Grand Duke Avernathus is kind of like he's kind of a boisterous fella. And he just kind of gives him a smile. Do you have a response?
Maybe I'll like nudge Remy. I'll say, you know, it is not polite to talk about a lady right in front of her.
What? I was not talking about you, sister. I would not dare do such a thing. We were just
Remy,
discussing...
your face when you lie. You could never play poker. You cannot bluff.
And he looks back at the Grand Duke. The Grand Duke looks like she's got you ping there, Remy.
This is why I am so smart.
Fine. You're correct, sister. I requested to meet with Grand Duke Avernathus here. My apologies. Introductions have not been made. Sister, this is Grand Duke Avernathus.
A pleasure to meet you.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance, madame. And he says, we were discussing the... Do you remember when you were little? And the strange symbol that spawned upon your hand?
Well, yes, but no. But yes.
But, I mean, obviously you would remember. But, you see, given our family's reputation as of late, I know you go to great lengths to keep it hidden, but it has bothered me ever since. I've prayed about it to Ragathiel many a night to try to find what did this to you. Did it harm you? We know nothing about it.
I am not harmed. I'm fine. That was so long ago.
Yes, but it has always weighed upon my mind, and I wanted to get the Grand Duke's opinion. Have him give it a bit of an examination.
Would he perhaps know? Does he know of magical beings who kidnap little girls and then bring them home?
Sorts of crazy magical beings out there, dear. But while I can't say I know for certain, I haven't seen it yet, but based on Remy's description, it would probably require some sort of extensive testing. but I am happy to give it a look if you will allow me.
Well, perhaps not out here in the open.
Ah, yes, of course. We can
For my brothers.
go to one of the back rooms. Do you take them back to the deepest room of the
The
archive?
archive where nobody was, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Says, yes, my lady. If you wouldn't mind, please let me see your hand.
I'm gonna gently put the book down on the desk back there.
Is something wrong with it?
It is very old.
Ah, I see.
Just do not touch it, please, okay?
Aye.
And then
Oui,
I'll
oui.
take off my glove and present my hand.
And you present your hand to the Grand Duke. And Grand Duke Arenathus studies it for a moment.
This is all.
And he says, do you mind? And he, makes a gesture like, can I touch it?
Oh, sure. If that would help. It is just a hand.
And he takes your hand and he begins kind of like tracing it. He goes,
What does that mean?
Tell me. Said this mark suddenly appeared when you disappeared when you were small, right? That is the story.
Yes, this is true.
Has it caused you any discomfort? Any fatigue or anything that you might remember?
No, I do not remember.
Nothing.
That is the problem. One day, poof, I was gone, and then I was back. I do not remember any of that. And I have really good memory.
This is... Remy goes, this is true? That's what you always say. And you see the Grand Duke, he snaps his fingers and begins to cast a minor incantation. My dear.
Yes?
You see, can you see it? And then he kind of points out there's runes in the perfect circle, kind of light up as he does the incantation. He says, I cannot say for certain, but what I can tell, that whatever this is, magic is most definitely involved. But what's most peculiar, and he kind of points to some of the runes, is these are arcane runes. But, and then he starts pointing at other ones, the ones that have gone dark, ones that he can't light with his magic. These are occult runes. It's as if multiple forms of magic have been intertwined within this mark of yours.
Do you know perhaps why someone would do this, especially to a little girl?
Well, there are innumerable reasons why someone might. It could be a lock or a key. Perhaps a seal of sorts.
There's the demon in me.
And you see Remy go, what are you saying, Duke Arenathus? Listen, calm down, Lord Kastner. It is but a hypothesis at the moment. It is unclear, and unfortunately, while I am a master of the arcane arts, the occult is a bit outside of my wheelhouse. Might I offer a suggestion?
Yes?
You should speak with the Viscountess Octavia Nicodemius.
Octavia Nicodemius?
Viscountess Octavia Nicodemius. Sorry, the name. Big name.
Whoops?
You see, the Viscountess is the oldest member of the Senate. She manages the Endless Repository, which is kind of her life's work. She is also a master of the occult arts. While whoever or whatever place this mark upon your hand has a mastery of multiple magics.
See, that's fine. Yes.
Yes, it would be very difficult. But it is peculiar. Why would they need to mix such magics? Perhaps as a way to confuse an onlooker, or... But I am afraid I alone will not be able to solve this for you, Lord Kastner. Ah, goddammit! You say it could be some type of seal. What if there is some sort of devil bound to her? Now, let us not get ahead of
Being
ourselves.
silly, there is no devil in me. And I give him like a mischievous grin.
Aye, some would think that you were the devil itself. But
This is true.
no, Grand Duke Arenathus, this has been helpful. Thank you. I have been foolish. My family should have came to you sooner about this, but our parents, bless them, thought just to ignore it, since she was not hurt. She hasn't turned into a monster yet. Sita! What? This is ridiculous! Stop that!
Have a little fun, Remy, please. Anyways, I have some work to do, so if you do not mind, I will take my glove and I will take my book, and then I must.
But of course, my lady. Once you have spoken with the Viscountess, I would love to speak with you more about it.
Thank you so much, sir. This has been very kind, Your Grace.
He's a Grand Duke, so he's at the top of the food chain. So, in summary, Grand Duke Abernathus has told you that there's like a mixture of magic in this mark. He doesn't know if it's a seal, a key, or, but you're gonna need someone with a little more occult knowledge. And he's directed you toward Viscountess Octavia Nicodemius.
Bro, she's a skeleton. She's gold, that lady's dead.
She is the oldest member of the Senate.
Yes.
And she is the owner of a repository of knowledge known as the Endless Repository. And it's like her life's work. All the knowledge that she has accumulated over her nearly 100 years is contained within this Endless Repository.
Jeez.
And so, he encourages you, when you find the time, perhaps speak with her to find out more. To get her opinion.
Second opinion.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. And so, Lady Kastner, afterwards, you make your way back to Duke Centimus.
Ah, Centimus.
Lady Kastner, you have returned.
Look what I.
And his eyes kind of go wide, and he wheels over to you quite fast. He says, "This is excellent. Oh, my goodness,
Very gentle. Let's go put it down on this desk.
Yes, of course. Please, please." He wheels himself over as you guys sit next to him. Where did you find it?
It was in this room way over here.
Checked that room multiple times.
I had to ask a guide, and it was on the tip to get ladder.
He slaps his forehead. Oh, I am such a fool that I only thought to look higher. You see him look at his legs for a second. He says, "But it doesn't matter. Please, lay it out."
Here you go. Here is the book.
And you guys slowly begin going through it. Very carefully, because your job was very delicate.
I barely managed.
You see Duke Centimus as he begins to read it. And he's a quick reader. He digests it quite fast. He says,
"See, Lady Kastner, this tale that we have here, it is said to be the story of a wizard. But it is not the story of just any wizard, but a young lady wizard. It documents her growth from womanhood to arcane studies and the inheritance of her family business in Casimir 250 years ago. And it says here, despite all the trials and tribulations, she attributes much of her moral grounding to her little halfling friend. She claims she could not succeed as she did without the support of such a fine gentleman."
and you can see that the Duke is like really taking in the story.
This could be really important when it comes to like the halflings' rights or whatever. I kind of give him like a look like,
Yes, of course, but of more interest to me.
Yes.
And he looks at you and he says, "Well, I have made you aware. I am, of course, a duke, but I am a duke in title only. And it is obvious, likely to you now, that I am half-elf.
Well, yes, I wasn't going to say anything. I thought it would be impolite.
Thank you for your respect. But there's something about this story resonates with my own experience. Grand Duchess Cicera Tiberan. You see," and he looks at his legs, "when I lost my legs in the riding accident, many of my contemporaries believe this made me a less capable leader. through my own stubbornness, I refused to hire a divine spellcaster to heal the damage. And I thought to prove myself. But, alas, it was difficult. And yet, the Grand Duchess, Cicera Tiburon, she herself fell into her position. It's a revolt. The previous Grand Duke had made claims of legendary heroism which had won him his appointment. When he was found out, the Grand Prince stripped him of all his titles and he was hung in the streets. The people of Casimir, of Tandak Prefecture, of course, had no love for him either. And yet, his niece, Grand Duchess Tiburon, had stepped in to take the reins. And to be frank with you, Tandak Prefecture has not seen a more capable Grand Ruler in centuries.
Oh, I am so pleased to hear you say this.
So, when all of this befell me, I thought I was finished despite my stubbornness. And yet, Grand Duchess Tiburon, she asked me to remain. She gifted me a title and allowed me to serve on her court, her closest advisor. I did not know how to feel about it. Did she pity me? And you're starting to put it together. He kind of sees a parallel between the story.
He is the halfling.
Right. And so now is your opportunity to ask the big question, as he's kind of ruminating on this. But you can also talk to him as well.
I do have a question for you, and I think I perhaps knows the answer, but would you say that you are for the girl bosses?
You see, one of the reasons I wanted to find this text is I hope it would help me clear my head. I did not expect something like this. Many senators have come to me asking me to vote one way or the other. I and the Grand Duchess trusts me to think these things through on not just a, emotional level, but on a philosophical one.
Yes. I understand this. You need your head and your heart.
Right. So reading this story, I find myself identifying. The young halfling that she refers to allowed her to, that she believed made her the best leader that she could be. Makes me wonder, does Grand Duchess see me the same? I do not wish to put words in her mouth or her mind, but B is why she has kept me on full time.
There must be a good reason, no?
All right. I will choose to believe you're right. And to answer your question, Lady Kastner, given the clarity that I have now, I believe that any person is capable of rule, regardless of the condition of his or her body. I will vote to abolish magnetic primogeniture.
I think this is very wise of Your Grace. I'm glad we could have this philosophical conversation.
Yes, and thank you for taking the time to humor me and my eccentricities.
Well, I believe it is important for one to have a clear head before voting. It is very important, no?
Indeed. Many of the senates, they do not care about these things. They focus only on the immediacy, or what is relevant to them, but not the impact on so many others.
I do wish more people thought like you, Your Grace.
Thank you, Lady Kastner. You have given me so much to think about.
Thank you. And I forgot that a long time ago, my good friend Erik gave me 2 champagnes. I left them here on this desk. Would you please have one with me?
Ah, yes.
We can do a little cheers, perhaps?
A toast, then.
To the future and forward thinkers much like yourself.
Yourself.
Tink.
Tink. And you guys throw it back.
Wow!
And he goes, Lady Kastner, when the gala is over, perhaps you might wish to visit us in Tandak Prefecture. Could introduce you to the Grand Duchess. She is not much older than yourself.
You would make this introduction for me?
Of course. You have gone to such great lengths for me already. I know it might seem insignificant for the book, but clarity that this has provided me is more valuable than any valuables I could give.
So kind of you.
Or you could give.
You have been such a wonderful friend, if I may call you friend, here at the gala.
Friend? Huh. Well, I can't say I have many friends these days. I would like to call you my friend.
That warms my heart.
And so you and the Duke, you hit it off, you finalize, and you learn a little bit, and you help him clear his mind. He didn't know what to do, but he was a complex man. And now maybe you've got an in with the Grand Duchess, Cicera Tiber.
Grand Duchess!
So, and
Gotta keep my cool.
there's more to the story of the previous Grand Duke. I'll kind of get that info to you later, because I want to make sure we make time for everybody else.
That's kind of
But-
guys.
I know, we had to cover two things there. So, with that finished, Dr. Erik, you've had plenty of time to think on it. What are you up to?
So, still trying to basically build somewhat of a companionship mirror. I'm going to kind of follow him and kind of see what I can help on his mission. Because I think after a while, in case someone gets suspicious, I know you're trying to get information. Don't want to have the same person looking at the same guy multiple times, multiple places.
Well, Martella Lizzie kind of told you guys that she doesn't have anything on the mysterious gentleman. But she encouraged you might want to ask around, see if another potential person might know something. There are all sorts of people with all sorts of connections and assets here. Maybe they might know something. So you've got a lovely gaggle of folks here in the center, but if there's someone else you are drawn to, by all means, you'll have to get to kind of know people first. Remember your gala activity.
Okay. Because my understanding, you're looking for more information on Maxwell, right?
Well, specifically, he's trying to find out some information on the mysterious gentleman.
Right. Okay.
But Martella doesn't really have anything, and you can't keep track of it. So she suggested that you see if anyone else at the gala knows anything about him. And so you could use that as an opportunity to chat somebody up and then eventually, ask them, like, hey, you know anything about this guy?
I think I will do that. And he had a name, right? I forgot his name.
No, you don't have a name.
Oh,
Mysterious man.
Mysterious gentleman.
damn. All right.
The other guy who happens to be with the High Strategos.
Yes. So now you know these individuals. They do not like the High Strategos. They were very adamant in their disdain during his speech. So now you guys don't actually know any information about these people. The only things you know is it kind of looks like they're all friends and they came together.
One the black cat and the other two are the golden retrievers.
I'll see if I can loop back through that, actually. I'm going to speak to my cousin.
Oh,
and see
Orlundo.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, and as you go to speak to Orlundo, you bump into Vernisant, and he kind of shoulder checks you, not actively, but he just walks past you. He says, "Watch yourself. Who do you think you are?"
You want to talk? I'm full human body, and you decided to just bombard through me.
It's not my fault that you. Ah, I see. An alcoholic. Smell it on your breath.
No, is that obvious?
Yes. A shame, really. I wonder if it makes you impotent.
Far from it, my friends. Far from it.
When you like to
My
find out.
understanding with your history, I say you could use a drink or two to maybe make better decisions in your career.
My history? And what would you know of my history, vagabond? Do you not know who I am? Calodian Vernisant, descendant
Vernisant.
of Vernisant, the legendary general of the Shining Crusade. You might bite your tongue.
I'm sure that title goes very well amongst the people.
It does. And if you were anyone of note, you would know better.
And as he says that, I do take a short drink, just mid-sentence of his statement, lazy-eyed looking at him, just okay. If you don't mind, I'm going to communicate with my cousin over there. Orlando.
Orlando? Oh! And his eyes go wide. Oh, now I see. You're the disgraced doctor. The vagabond. Slumming about. I've heard of you. A shame, really. What you do to your family.
You don't speak of my family. That is not your right to talk of that.
Is
I'll
that
respectfully let that slide by for this conversation.
You'd best. Well, remember, your territories cross with mine. So, reluctantly, I have to work with you, Zespires. But, mark my word, the Grand Prince is already looking for new supporters. And I intend to be in his good graces. So, whatever your little squabbles are in our territories, it will matter little to me soon enough. Kind of brushes past you. Try not to piss yourself today. And he goes, because he's drunk. And he makes his way back to the Arcade of Triumph. So he assumes he's drunk. But you eventually make your way over to your cousin, and he is sitting at the tables on the Senate floor, and he goes, oh.
Yeah, and I would come up just behind him, not intentionally looking to. I guess I don't know which direction this will come through actually. Yeah, like and from the distance, I was just like, boy, that Vernisant man. How do you put up with him?
Very, very carefully. As I'm sure he tells you, he's got an esteemed lineage, which the man wields as a sword and a shield all at the same time, to be honest with you. I have grown tired of it. But politically, it makes him a difficult target.
It's more like a fork in a pillow, if you ask me.
Indeed. Although, cousin, I was not expecting you to be here today. He looks at you, you have just well for yourself.
Better than most days. Not as great as it used to be. But with the new political tides going on, I figure I'd see what my eyes and ears could pick up from today's politics.
Oh, you've taken a sudden interest in politics.
I've taken a sudden concern for what could be tomorrow.
Ah, do you mean the vote?
Indeed.
Indeed. It's been quite eventful. Well, you know me, though. I'm a practical. I believe that change is already coming. I intend to vote to abolish agnetic primogeniture tonight.
To abolish it, that's good to hear.
Indeed. But, like I said, I am curious that you're here. You should have at least told me that you would be here.
And leave you to lack of surprise.
Well, family did always say you were the one most likely to surprise us.
And boy, did I.
Are you taking care of yourself? It's been a while since you've returned one of my letters.
I figure on the lower end of Taldor, the people really need my attention more, unfortunately.
You know, we could use your assistance at the wineries. You don't have to spend all of your time in the lower echelons of Opara.
You see...
How many years has it been?
7, 10, 4? The numbers get mixed up, but we can say it's been a while.
Well,
but the winery, I know it may sound interesting coming from my perspective. It's beneath me right now. The people need me.
Ever the bleeding. Well, at least you know what you want, and you don't complain about it. And I
But
can
tell me, I'm trying to catch up on names and statuses, really on this part of everything. What is of this mystery man that's been going around? Working with the docks, I assume someone from Macross would be familiar to you.
Mystery man. Oh, you mean the gentleman that accompanied the High Strategos?
No different than a pirate, basically, in this kind of formality.
Well, he does certainly dress the part, I suppose.
I'm almost jealous.
It is curious why the High Strategos would carry such a gentleman with him. At least at first glance, I mean, And you get a sense that Orlundo, he's got something he wants to say, but he's hesitant. So you're gonna have to give me a diplomacy check on your cousin.
I will do the diplomacy check, and I will grab.
And I'll give you a +2
glass.
because you're well associated.
Nice. And with that, then I'll be grabbing a glass like right off one of the platters without even looking. I just kind of have a spider sense when it comes to alcohol. And +2. I should probably target, but that's fine.
Oh no!
Oh Lord,
they're not statted. So
okay. I'm going to hero point this.
all right, you're gonna hero point.
I don't like that number. That was a little too low for my liking.
There you go. That's
I like that one
that's
better. I was so scared of that too.
But you get to chatting with Orlundo, and he opens up a little. He says, "Sorry, we are on the Senate Hall, so I did not want to speak so plainly. After all, he is accompanying the High Strategos, and no doubt, fingering him can bring disaster upon our family."
It's not like anyone's cared about my perspective or opinion. I'm open to hear you out.
Well, there's not much, to be honest. But what I can gather, that he seems to hail from the Girath family.
Girath.
Yes, Jeroth, the Girath family. And, well, the Girath family, they're kind of an old money family. Not nobility, but always have their hands in the nobility's pockets, I guess you could say. They're known for their business connections and attracting the attention of many of Taldor's elitist of elite. As well as, rumor has it, even secret societies. But to be frank with you, that is all I really know. The Girath family is rather tight-knit, it seems. I am honestly more shocked to see him here than anyone else, even more than you.
Do you think the High Strategos is under a business proposition, maybe?
It's unclear. Potentially.
Good reason.
I said
Another good reason to keep politics the way he likes it, then. If that means there are more strings to line up in his favor.
A good theory. Like I said, the Girath family has served, Taldor's elitist. That's all I really know. But they've always kind of been a neutral group, I think. And you can tell, Orlundo, he's working with, spotty information. The Girath family is basically known. They're businessmen, and they work for the elitist of the elite. And there's, like I said, there's rumors that, they even work alongside secret societies in Taldor. Of course, this is all hearsay. Orlundo has no concrete proof.
Types in allegedly. On my notes. And what of Vernisant? For someone to be such a thorn in your back, it seems he maintains close ties to your business operations, to your political operations.
It is the unfortunate reality of our connected territories. I have filed numerous complaints for him to do something about the piracy and the materials that I believe are reappearing in Riddenport, enriching himself, while we lose out constantly.
Supposed to be a problem both on your end of the politics and the lower side.
Well, it is no secret that Vernisant is jockeying to up his station lately. The Grand Prince has just exiled some of his closest advisors, which means there are openings So I imagine he is looking to earn the favor. Did you know that he made a large donation to the Arcade of Triumphs? Relics. So he says. Probably to curry favor with the Grand Prince.
And of course, garnered by normal legal means, then, one would assume.
He says, Stavian III recently dismissed numerous of his officials. And your cousin here is saying that Calhodian is essentially believes that his opportunity to become one of the Grand Prince's closest advisors is fast approaching. And so he has been heavily playing up his relation to General Arnesant and using this pedigree to politically bludgeon his peers into submission, leveraging their fear of appearing unpatriotic against them. You actually earned a little bit there. That is in the dossier. I will reveal it. But you did get a little bit. As far as for Maria, the info that's important to you is that this mysterious gentleman has connections to one of the, wealthiest non-noble families in Talbot. And they have served the elite of the elite for centuries.
They get them what they want.
Yeah.
They procurement and all that.
It seems like it. Nobody really knows the gentleman's name, but he's from the Giraffe. But this is enough. Well, look at you completing Maria's mission for him. So, how are you going to take that away from him, man?
That wasn't my intention.
I get to complain about these people here about the about Maxilar here dissing women in power.
But, Dr. Erik, is there anything else you want to go over with Orlundo before I move to Maria?
I think outside of that, it'll just be like small talk on family stuff, and we can transfer over.
Yeah.
Before comically tell him I'm going to go ahead and steal a drink or two.
Still on the bottle. I know it's kind of silly to hear from a Zespire, given the fact that we own a winery, but I thought you had put that behind you.
No, unfortunately. It's, let's just say it's my own personal prescription to deal with pains that life itself cannot heal.
You considered an alternative, though. It is, as you said, 7 years. They're gone now, and I don't know if you've made your peace with that, but I'm sure I can convince the family to allow you back in. You should not have to deal with this alone.
As far as alternatives, I've tried cinnamon, I've tried fermenting orange with some of my personal brews.
Erik, be serious.
Once you go therapy.
Perhaps there's someone you could speak to at least.
Let's just say I'm making slow strides. You see, I'm here now, and I'm more well-dressed than the few times I've been out in the public.
Well,
I'm making steps, baby steps, but steps nonetheless.
And he looks at you. He says, "Well, you did clean up well for the gala today. I can't remember. Did you put your hair in a bun or something? Is that what you ended up doing?
It's just out of his face. It's still down, but it's out of his face at least.
Behind the ears.
Behind the ears, yeah.
He's got one lone braid back there.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's take this opportunity then to catch up.
Indeed.
All right. And so, as we transition over to Maria, who was robbed of completing his mission.
I'm sorry.
It means I don't need to worry about completing the mission because now I want to immediately segue into seething over Maxilar's speech with these three people here.
Yes. And as you approach them, as a reminder, this is Marquess Charlotte Deschamps, Lady Zariah Clement, and Earl Gahez Varima. And you kind of hear them talking, didn't you hear that man talk? That's the Marquess. He sure loves to hear himself, doesn't he? And Lady Zariah, who's got more of a serious expression, he's like, yes, he believes that only Taldans can be from Talbot. I imagine he would take issue with us. And the Earl, of course, because, to be honest, what I'm worried about is all this posturing about the old ways. All it's going to do is lead us back into war. And I have spent too much, I tell you, too much of my time trying to avoid that exact thing. What is the point in being a diplomat if he just simply blows it all up? And so, a little bit of info from there.
As a way of trying to segue himself into this conversation, as he suspects he is of lower rank than all three of these people.
One of them's a lady, so...
Yeah, but he's just a sir. He's even lower than that.
Yeah, Knight, I think, is at the lowest of the total poll, right? So, yep, all right. Yeah. But they seem friendly.
Yeah, as Maria will go ahead with a leading comment of, and so far, all that he seems to be worried about is the repealing of agnatic primogeniture.
Oh.
The implication of which being, he seems to believe that women are incapable governors.
Oh.
I would be curious to see how he would say it to the face of the inheritor, as in Iomade.
And the Marquess looks at you and she says, well, aren't we bold? Kissing the High Strategos out in the open. I would think most, and she kind of sizes you up and down, military men would be more inclined to side with the High Strategos.
He gives orders in battle I am sworn to follow. But this is not a battlefield.
Oh, she kind of like shakes her champagne glass. Oh, Sir Knight, this is most indeed a battle. But, where are my manners? I am Marquess Charlotte Deschamps, and these are my friends, Lady Zariah Clement and Earl Gahez Varima. We were just, as you say, discussing the High Strategos' pathetic attempts to end what, as Lady Zariah would say, is already coming. Isn't that right? And she goes, yes. Have you taken a look around Taldor lately, Sir Knight? What do you notice? Who is ruling all the prefectures? How many now?
Is this common knowledge for Maria, or do I actually need to make a check for this?
It's debatable. If you don't know, she will tell you.
Because I think it's like 14 right now that exist.
And a large portion of them are women. You have the Grand Duchess, Viscountess Tabera. You've got Grand Duchess Briatiza Falspar, Grand Duchess Destalita Solari.
Destalita Solari.
Yes, and she looks at you. I can see that you are a knight of House Darahand. You yourself have a Grand Duchess.
He will just nod.
And she says, I think the High Strategos is already ignoring what already happening. Women are already rising to power. And this peacocking of his is all to simply try to avoid what we all know is inevitable. And then Marquess Deschamps turns back to you. You heard it from the lady herself.
I'm guessing by that they mean Eutropia.
Indeed. If there are already 4 Grand Duchesses, if not more, I don't actually know off the top of my head, who's to say that the princess cannot lead just fine? Have you heard about Tandek Prefecture? It's been the most prosperous it's ever been under Sister Tiberan, I hear. That man, and she glares daggers out the door at him, he's a relic. An old dog who refuses to settle down. Times are going to change. And I have worked too hard for my family to let that get thrown away today. And so, the three of them kind of reiterate what Lady Clement is saying. But as you converse with them, Maria, you kind of get a sense of like their inclinations. So Lady Zariah Clement is very serious about this. She kind of commented like she has worked very hard to bring her family to a position and to maintain that. While the Earl is a diplomat, and he's really focused on avoiding another like large-scale war. While Marquess Charlotte Deschamps seems more like chaotic, you know, she's honestly in here for the fun, it seems like. So is there a specific of these three that you would like to get to know more about as you engage in this conversation?
I think The Earl, actually.
Okay.
As,
You'll make your way over to the Earl, the other side. Sir Knight. A pleasure.
of course, my Earl.
Please.
But
These formalities
I
are not necessary.
not necessary, perhaps, but owed to you for your work in preserving the scales between nations.
Yes, it is a lot of work. You see, when I first started trying to build connections with the Kadirians, everyone looked at me like I was a fool, but we have been at war with the Empire for too long, and our two empires cannot afford another one. Now, I have been accused of perhaps being a spy or espionage by some of the less favorable types. But I assure you, my ultimate goal is to find peace between our nations. And I believe if the High Strategos keeps as he is, or, God forbids, Stavian as he is now, we may find ourselves at war once more, and all that work that I have done will be for naught, and it will be the people of Taldor who suffer. I mean, you are from White March, right? You are close to the Kadirian border. You do not wish to see us go to war again, do you?
In response to this, Maria will nod and respond in Kellish this time.
Ooh. He raises an eyebrow.
A little inheritance from his mother's side of the family.
Oh.
Well, by about 3 generations removed. As he'll say, even if our exterior territory is lost to us by aspects of treachery, Great Ganaris drove the Kadirian armies past the Maharev.
Indeed.
But even so, that was a bloody thing, both for the Kadirians and the armies of their overlord.
But you do not wish to see your people return to war, do you? War is a bloody thing. It's nasty. And some may call me soft, but
Those who call you soft have never seen their home on fire.
And he kind of is a little receptive, and he was surprised that you spoke in Kellish. I see that you recognize that there's a bit of Kellish blood in me. That is not all, and this is to Lady Zariah's point. In addition to women, of course, rising in power here in Taldor, don't know if the High Strategos has quite seen it yet, but the blood of Taldans has already begun to mix over the centuries. Whether it be Kellish, I myself also have Gudrani blood in me, and I have been blessed to visit my ancestral homeland. And because of that, in addition to my work in Kadira, the Grand Prince normally tasks me with visiting the Impossible Kingdoms as well. So I have been quite the busybody, honestly, outside of these galas. Rarely ever get to stay home, to be honest. But the point I'm trying to make here is that whatever he wants to go on and on about ancestries and ancestors, etc., etc., but the blood that makes up Taldor is also changing. He, I believe, refuses to see that, and I worry that in the event that he finds agnatic primogeniture not to resolve, he may push to take more military action to prevent such things. A purge, if you will. I do, of course, hope it will not come to that, but these are unprecedented times.
Yep. In response to the thing about him mentioning his Kellish ancestry, Maria will squeeze in a little quip of like recognizes like, perhaps. Pardon my presumption.
No, it's fine. Plenty of the nobility around. Give us a look or two. Nonetheless, it is good to hear that even amongst the military, there are those who want for peace. And so, Maria, why don't you give me a diplomacy check, and you'll get a +2 bonus, because he hates people who are, needlessly aggressive and who like warfare. So, see how your first impression upon the Earl, and you kind of overheard. He's a diplomat, so he's got connections all over, especially outside of town. And managed not to be a warmonger. Excellent. We're lowering the DC too, because you're kind of hitting him on multiple fronts again. So, just like you did with the
Oh,
Baroness.
thank goodness.
Yes, because it's lowering the
I was thinking of
DC.
reroll.
16 is like the baseline you guys usually need to hit, but it's getting modified by the way you approach conversations.
All right, that's
and
very
stuff like
nice.
that.
Thank you.
So, Bruadar, you have been up in the verandas, conversing with Baron Okerra and watching Wasilica do tricks with her troupe. Remember, she's got a mime, she's got jugglers, and Wasilica's doing like all sorts of what look like magic tricks, and they're having a swell old time. And Baron Okerra looks over and he goes, Sally, truly, Miss Bruadar. Children are the greatest gift that can be given to us, aren't they? Look at her. I don't think I've seen her this happy in ages.
He looks truly joyous.
Aye, indeed. Tell me, though, you said all your children are grown, yes? What of your husband?
Oh, yeah. Passed on, may the gods rest his.
Oh, and he takes a step back. My word, madam, I did not mean to.
It is all right. He passed only a few years ago, and he went peacefully, which is all you can really hope for.
Years ago, you say. And you see it again, Bruadar. That sadness in the Baron's eyes as you talk about the passing of your husband.
Baron, you said something earlier that made me question a thing or two. Asked me if my kids were healthy.
Aye.
I don't mean to pry. You cannot answer. I completely understand. Coming from one parent from another, but she healthy.
Of course she is healthy. And oof, Bruder, he came out with the questions right away, swinging. I'm gonna need a diplomacy check to see if you can get the Baron to open up to you one last time. But you're talking about his daughter, so you do get a +2. All right, Bruadar, continue, and then I will respond. Of course she's healthy. She's fine.
Well, the reason why is, see, my husband, he didn't actually tell me he was sick when he died. Even though it was peaceful, mind you. Hid it for years and years. And if I would have known even the slightest thing, I would have paused anything. I would have stopped the world for him, even my children. And so, when anybody asks me those questions, I just, my brain goes back to those moments of just wondering, is there something that happened or that I've done or something like that? And that's the only reason why I'm asking. I'm sorry. That is far too personal, you know. It's just how it goes sometimes, eh?
He goes, oh, no. I understand your concern. You have a kind heart, Miss Bruadar, Miss Mashka. And he takes a moment, there's like a moment of silence between the two. And then he looks back at you with that sad look in his eye. And he says, Lady Mashka, do you mind if we have a private moment in the Emperor's Hall? I would love to.
She nods.
Answer
She
you.
nods immediately, like, yeah, let's do this. Like, yeah, sure, let's go for this.
And he turns back to Sally. He says, my dear, me and Lady Mashka are going to have a bit of a private chat. You stay right here, okay? She says, yes, Dad, I got it. And she's like doing somersaults with the clown, with Wasilica. And you hear the lady go, oh, why hasn't anyone got me one of these yet? But you and Baron Okerra kind of make your way to one of the private rooms in the Emperor's Hall for a private chat. And he says, my apologies, Lady Mashka. I did not wish to give you the wrong impression. But, well, to be frank, I believe that you of all people may understand how I feel. You see, my spouse has also died. Her name was Nevena, and she...
On the club.
There's another one.
She was a capable warrior, like myself. And our daughter grew up on the tales of our successes and all the things that we do. And, well, be frank, the story you heard me tell earlier about the giants, I have left out some details. You see, my wife died in that conflict. And so, since Nevana's death, I have, the longest time I have assured Selly that she could join the military after coming of age, but to be frank, now that I have felt the pang of loss, I regret the promises that I have made to her. So, to answer your question, she is not sick, but I am at a bit of a loss as a father. You see, I have been trying to quietly kindle an interest in academia in her heart, but I do not wish to see my daughter die on a battlefield far from home. But alas, few of her studies have taken root, however, and she has become increasingly rebellious. When you spoke of your son out there fighting the good fight, it reminded me of her. But these days she is often sneaking out of the estate and to explore the surrounding countryside, and her personal adventures occasionally end in disaster. Most recently, if you could believe it, she lost 2 fingers to a fox. Taking a note from the dramatic, larger-than-life tales her parents inspire, though, she was already telling everyone who would listen that the fox won the fingers off her in a crooked game of cards. I had to.
Bruadar just starts laughing at this point. To the point of, tears running down her face.
It's pouring his heart out to you, and you're just like, ah! But no, this is serious. As one parent to another, I thought maybe you might understand. You see,
I do.
It is a struggle, as a father, you want to push and inspire your children to follow their dreams. You've done so willingly. But ever since Nevana's death, I do not know what else to do. Selly is all I have left.
And all I have left are my kids. I understand. Far better than probably you think I do. Because here's the thing. Even if we keep a bird caged for so long, they only desire to go and be free outside. You know what I mean? And sometimes all we can do is encourage their passion, but also be real about the consequences in what they want. And keeping them sometimes safer is letting them do the crazy things, because Lord knows my youngest, oh God, you have no idea how many times I had to pull her out of a damn tree or some situation of chaotic and swords. Would she want to do the baking? No. But I know. And sometimes you have to give them their interests as much as it drives you insane. The encouragement that it needs. Because you never know truly how deep the passion. And to be honest, if you keep pushing the way you are, you might just push her out the door and might not get to have her in your life. You know?
Could not think of a worse fate.
As much as the fear is holding you, and you have to ask yourself at the end of the day, is it the fear of her death holding you, or is it seeing your wife die again?
Ooh. When you see, you hit him, right in the heart, Bruadar.
God damn, you got me. Fuck.
I was gonna say, this is A+ advice coming from Bruadar.
Yeah.
Really gets it.
You see why I paired her with the Baron? And he, like a dagger to the heart. You see a tear come down his eye, and he says, "Forgive me, Lady Bruadar. When I came to this gala, I did not mean to pour my burdens upon you. He said, we have more in common than I imagined."
He hands him a handkerchief, and it's okay, bud. It happens to the best of us. We sometimes just need a good laugh, a good cry, and a good...
Facts.
I have cultivated this persona, and people look at me for guidance and inspiration. They always want to know what I'm thinking based on my accomplishments, etc., etc. But to be honest, I feel that we're all just doing the best that we can, you know? I have the clearer answer than any other, I believe. You have shown me that today. I have been foolish. Tried to stifle my daughter out of my own fear. You're right. I believe that my grief has played a role in my doubts about her abilities. She is quite capable. She's only 10 years old, but I know she is spry, she is smart. You make her up to be one of Taldor's finest commanders.
And all you have to do is show her that path. Because then, she'd probably even get me out there on the field with probably some inspiration coming with you. And especially with those fights that you tell, goodness me, it's going to be all over the place.
And Bruadar, you see an opportunity. This is a moment. You've got him down pat. You are connecting on him on such a personal level.
Now kiss.
I was gonna say no kiss. No kiss.
How are you gonna how are you gonna complete the mission?
She's about to. And, sometimes our grief even binds us in our other parts of our lives, in ignoring our own debts to people. Goodness, I got so blinded with my husband when he passed away that I forgot about the business and about other businesses to take care of and making sure that all my debts were cleared. You know what I'm saying?
He takes a moment to look at you. And he's rather perceptive. Debts. Oh, my word. Forgive me, do you? I do not wish to make an assumption, but you are not here on behalf of Lady Martella, are you?
Fuck, he knows.
Well, she has to be a little bit blunt with this guy.
She asked you to be friendly, so...
Oh, yeah. Well, I wasn't... I might be one of her guests here tonight, yeah. But getting to see you and hang out with you, oh my goodness, this has been more fun than I could have thought possible. Look at me, I'm a commoner. Who would have thought a commoner would have walked in here tonight and would have able to... Did you not see of how I disowned all those men? All those men with the fancy coats? Really, who could have thought I would have owned those guys on trades,
I did. It was impressive. No. See, you know Lady Martella. I have been such a fool, you're right. My grief has not only kept me stifling my daughter, but forgetting that which is rightfully owed.
And there's still plenty of time to fix it. Go.
Well, if you'll allow me one last confession. You see,
Sure, bud.
when Nevena died, the Lothides and I, we share the same lands. Or our lands are adjacent to each other, so we often work together, but when Nevena died, the Lothide family did not offer me any support of any kind. But despite that, Lady Martella, despite her status as a black sheep amongst her family, she went through the effort to reach out to me, to provide what support that she could. Assisted me with the funeral arrangements, and I've been such a fool.
That's a friend.
I believe you're right. Tell you what, you tell Lady Martella that all debts will be paid the day after the Exaltation Gala. When this night is over, I will see to it that my debts are paid.
I'll let her know. You go have fun for the rest of the night.
Aye.
Maybe try and give yourself a break. Or if you need a minute, I'll step out and let you have it.
No. I should return to them. She, after all, is no doubt in bothering the clown with all sorts of questions.
How much do you want to bet she's swinging from the rafters?
No, don't say that. I can't afford another broken leg. But as he exits, he gives you like that warm dad smile. Says, I have greatly appreciated meeting you today. Miss Mashka, I do hope we get an opportunity to speak again someday.
Oh, I can't wait to hear more stories. Not about you, though. About her.
And he cha-ching, gives you a beautiful, beautiful dad smile. And Lady Mashka, you have succeeded!
Yay!
That's 3 missions down. 1 left to go.
Well, okay, then my mission is long as fuck.
Well, if someone else would like to help you, they can.
I'm willing to poison this woman, and I don't even have poison.
Leave someone be like Dream Daddy. But no, how you feeling, Bruadar? You had like an intense moment there. The Baron Okerra. How you feeling?
Hey, I smashed it with a hammer. I call that good.
Wait, what?
I smashed my bluntness with a hammer. It worked. It was fine.
Oh, what do you think about the Baron, though? You guys,
That was fun.
You
That
guys-
was some fun daddy moments. Yeah, with the dreamy daddy, I'm like, yes, it is like that.
Oh no! Does Bruadar got eyes for the Baron?
I mean,
We'll
she's willing
see
to
what
roll the hay.
happens. Yeah, see what happens, you know?
Wow.
Alpha. And unlike the Grand Duke Escalon, Baron Okerra's got his line of succession secured.
So,
As long as Bruadar takes her pin off.
Yeah, no, that's not happening tonight. No.
Unfiltered telepathic thoughts.
Yes, let's go do it while you go and watch your daughter. No.
freaks? Jeez. Who says that can't be love and parentage? But, alright. We will move to round 5. Top of the round. Another 30 minutes go by. 7:30 p.m. So the sun has set at this point, but the gala is still in full swing. But as the next 30 minutes go by, you all get a ping from Martella on your badge. And Martella says, "Excellent work, everyone. I just knew that you were the team that I needed for this. Tell me, are you having fun now? I saw that Dr. Erik, you spent some time talking to Orlundo. I'm sure he misses you. You had a little bit of a brush-in with Earl Vernisant."
It seems to be interesting since the last time I've seen the squabbles of royalty.
Ah, indeed. But don't let it get you. It's all part of playing the game, you know? Who, I might add, Bruadar is doing quite wonderful. You seem to have hit it off with the Baron just right. Let him leave the Emperor's Hall with a smile on his face.
I think you'll have your stuff that you need taken care of soon.
Good to know that the Baron is on our side. Maria, well, I see you're making friends. Both the Baroness and the Earl Varima, an excellent contact. You will see that I have updated his dossier with information. But excellent work. Oh, as soon as Lady Kastner completes her mission, I'd say that we can all finally sit back and relax.
I have already done lots of work. Can you not tell me a good job as well?
Well, of course, Lady Kastner. You have done excellent. I hear that Duke Centimus is calling you his friend.
Yes, this is true.
Although I saw you chatting with Grand Duke Avanathus and your brother. What was that about?
This is private matter.
Well, I will not pry then. But I did not just ping you to congratulate you all, although you are doing excellent work. There's just something I want to make you aware. You see, there's a young woman here at the gala that I would like you to keep an eye on. Her name is Malphine Trant, daughter of Senator Trant. You see, she's a bit of a towering, broad-shouldered, athletic young woman, and despite her recent coming out as a refined young lady among abhorrent society, she remains happy to leverage that size and strength to intimidate her father's political rivals. I have received intelligence that tonight her target is Junior Senator Amadorian Dow, who has been a reluctant ally of Senator Trant's before I coaxed him into voting against primogeniture, I just want you to keep an eye out if you happen to see her, and intervene on behalf of Junior Senator Dow. You can.
All right, new mission, but I'm busy with my mission, so do you.
Yes. This is, of course, just but a favor. You know, a little bit of cleanup.
It would be a bit tragic if she just wound up with the wrong kind of wine on her, eh?
I will leave it to your discretion on how. Just to ensure that Senator Dow does not, get harmed or change his opinion.
Change his mind, yes. Understood, thank you.
Excellent. Well, I shall let you return to your duties. Have fun, everyone. Oh, by the way, Calbio here, he seems to have caught his second wind. Because you are just such good friends with him, Lady Kastner.
I will come get him again, but perhaps next round, okay?
Of course, I will keep an eye on him in the meantime.
Thank you so kindly.
And so, other than that, that's really all going on for round 5. Malthine Trant, someone Martella wants you guys to keep an eye out for, trying to intimidate other know-nothing senators. But you haven't seen her anywhere yet, so don't worry, you'll know when she shows up.
This party's on Friday the 13th?
But Lady Kastner, you have had a wonderful toast with Duke Centimus. He counts you amongst his friends.
Yes.
What are you going to do this round?
Well, I'll say to him, as fun as this has been, unfortunately, I'm sure you know my family standing is not that excellent, so I must go rub some elbows everywhere.
Indeed.
But I hope to see you again, absolutely. Feel free to call on me, especially if you are in town. You know, my sisters and I make very good charcuterie reports.
Sure, the Duchess would love to hear that.
We always love to host, and I look forward to your future invitation as well. So, you have been such a breath of fresh air amongst nobility. You know how they can be so stuffy.
You are too kind, Lady Kastner. If anything, you are the breath of fresh air.
Oh, we do not flatter me.
He used to be a ladies' man.
I do not know if I'm still getting over my husband. You know what I mean?
Oh, I did not mean to imply. I just mean that
Oh, just a jest. Don't.
the way that everyone else has been treated me. You have treated me without once mentioning, well, my condition. It is hard for many, it seems. Although you would think it would not be too hard.
Oh, people are so rude sometimes. I understand it.
But I understand you are very busy. Do not let me hold you any longer. I am sure we will meet again.
Of course. Thank you so much. You have been so kind. I hope you enjoyed the rest of your evening. Make sure you try some of the hors d'oeuvres. I heard they are so delicious.
I heard a young gentleman call them hors d'oeuvres.
That must have been Calbio. He's still learning.
Ah.
He may or may not know how to read. So.
Does Calvio know how to read? I don't know.
I don't know.
All right, Lady
And then I'm
Kastner.
gonna go find the ancient Viscountess. She's Viscountess, right?
Yeah, by Countess
Bruadar would
Octavia Nicodemius.
Deschamps.
Okay.
She has been sitting in her Senate seat this whole time.
I don't know if she can see.
The lady is pushing 100. This is information that you kind of got from Grand Duke Avernathy.
Yeah.
And she is just kind of like staring out at the Senate Hall. Like you said, you're not even sure if she's like fully there. And what do you do?
And maybe tap her on the shoulder and say, "Hello, excuse me." Does she move or look at me?
No, she doesn't move or look at you.
Excuse me, my name is Lady Rosette Kastner. The Duke Avernathy said perhaps you could help me with this little problem.
Ah, and her head turns all creepy to look at you. She's looking at you, but she's not looking at you.
I just kind of squint and look at her. Good? You good? Well, he said perhaps you know something about the occult.
Choose a number.
I pick 3.
Good. I hate the number 7. Now I know I can trust you. It literally says she hates the number 7.
Well, I'm glad,
Oh my god.
I'm glad that you can trust me.
Tell me, what have you eaten since you've been here?
I do not believe I have, actually.
Well,
I've been rather busy, actually. Have you eaten anything?
no. Of course I have not eaten. They have not brought out anything of taste. All they have are these... She looks at, like, there's like a halfling walking by with a platter. Vegetables.
Yes, this is true. I was actually just thinking, I wish they had some steak bites. Back at my husband's estate, they used to have the most wonderful meats. They were hunters, actually.
Hunters, yes.
Yes, but he unfortunately passed away in tragic accident. But I do not believe it was accident, but that is not why I am here, actually.
I was going to say, girl, you are speaking at 1,000,000 miles a minute.
I apologize.
Is there something that I can do for you? You said that the Grand Duke sent you to speak with me.
Yes. Are there a lot of people around us here?
I mean, most of the people are like in the stage doing like the mock debate.
Okay.
So,
Okay, I will be blunt with you then. I'm going to rip off my glove. I have this circle here on the back of my hand. I do not know where it came from. I was kidnapped as a girl, and when I came back, it was there, but I have no recollection. The Duke Everneth said some runes in this he could activate were, how you say, arcane magic. He said the other are occult magic, and perhaps you would know more than he would about this.
you wish to learn from me?
But of course,
I am surprised the old codger would send you to me. Do you know who I am, girl?
I know that you are Viscountess Nicodemius, and
Yeah.
that you are the most senior one here in the Senate.
That is correct.
You have your well of knowledge.
Yes. The endless repository. To be honest, I only come to Opara a handful of times a year. Due to my age and because I am striving to finish cataloging it. Or I choose a successor.
Oh, that is very interesting.
Indeed, indeed. Tell me, then, this mysterious mark of yours. You say you remember nothing about it?
I have no recollection. It's like gap of time. Like I was with my family and then I was with my family, but they were all concerned because I had been gone, but I did not know this. It to me like I never left.
There are no secrets that I cannot find, girl. Let me see your hand.
Please.
She takes your hand and you feel like her like old wrinkly fingers. She rubs them all around and she's not really looking at it. You know, she's just kind of like feeling it. And she does something similar to what Avernathus did. He traces the circles, she snaps her fingers, there's a little bit of an activation. Ah, the Grand Duke is correct. But his lack of understanding of the occult arts is why he could not tell you.
But you can tell me what this is?
No! I cannot!
But why?
But I can tell you something. Because I am not at the Endless Repository, you foolish girl!
Right.
It would require extensive study.
Oh, that is what Everneth said.
Indeed. What I can say is this mark of yours had to have been done by a master spellcaster. Someone with command over both arcane and occult arts. But one thing. Tell me, girl. How old are you?
I am 28 years old.
You are 28.
Yes.
Some would call you a spinster.
Well, I had husband, as I mentioned before.
Indeed. And how long ago was that?
It was 5 years.
5 years.
It was.
Tell me,
Yes.
have you ever noticed After you receive this mark, you say you are 28 years old.
Yes.
Yet your skin...
My skin?
Yes, your skin, girl, tells me that you have barely aged past 20.
I thought this was just good genetics, actually.
Oh. She begins, focusing on the mark. Whatever this is, girl, it has been slowing your aging. Have you never noticed? The others in your family grow older, these youthful looks that you maintain.
I mean, yes, people have commented on it before. I thought perhaps I was just something. Had a good routine.
Yeah, she focuses a little harder, and then you see her eyes kind of flash. Whatever this thing is, dear, it left a mark on your soul.
On my soul, but...
Whatever these magics are, the purpose I cannot discern right now, but it is as if your soul is split, being siphoned.
So this is very bad.
It is as if it is as if the aging effect that you are experiencing is because you are... Because of this split. I cannot say what is causing it. Have you been possessed? Have you had strange dreams? She starts screaming crazy things at you.
No, nothing.
Have you woken up in the middle of the night not knowing where you are?
Well, sometimes yes, but also... I found my husband's dead body once upon a time. That it's very stressful for a woman. I need to get rid of this. I need to have my soul. Why someone would steal this from me? I was just a child.
You're not understanding me, girl. You have your soul. But it is as if
They're breaking it apart.
it's split somehow. And it is affecting your aging.
Where is the rest of me?
I do not know.
You sucked up more straw.
So is this bad? Evil, perhaps?
It's hard to say. Why would someone do this to you? First glance, this is not a negative. You will, of course, most likely outlive your contemporaries and your family.
My family?
But you are not half elven.
No.
You are human, yes? 100%?
Yes, 100%.
And it is unnatural. It is as if your life force is being unnaturally extended by this mark upon your soul.
Jealous.
I do not know if it is blessing or curse. I do not know if I should tell my brother. He will just be more worried, I think.
Well, the important thing is that it's not killing you. That much I can tell.
Whew, I was very afraid of that, actually. That you would say, oh, you're expiring. Here's your expiration date.
It's quite the contrary, actually. But
But
the reasoning is unclear. No one in your family was a master spellcaster,
no, not even a little bit.
and we can rule out somebody wanted to extend your life for a reason. What? This is quite interesting. I have not seen magic like this in a long time in Taldor.
Well,
I do not think there is anyone alive capable of such things in our nation.
do you think it is undead? Or
No.
Like vampire?
It is not.
Oh.
That would fall under religion.
Oh, yeah.
I am an occultist woman.
I apologize, of course, yes. Well, so what should I do now?
Well,
I put my glove back on.
said, for now it does not seem to be killing you. If anything, it is assisting you.
But there will come a point where people really start to notice.
Yes, when your family begins to die and you are still there.
Well, that sounds really actually sad. I really love my family very much, actually.
There's nothing I can tell you now, dear, but other than what I have already told you. And so, in plain terms, you're aging a lot slower than you normally would.
Yes.
And she says that it's left a mark upon your soul. It's almost as if your soul is split. She doesn't know how or why.
Or where? Just terrifying.
Yeah, we will leave it at
Okay,
that.
well, thank you very much, actually.
Yes. Time will tell if it will be a curse or a gift. And so you walk away from the Viscountess. Or you can continue to just talk with her and try to make an impression. Up to you.
Sure, can I make an impression on her?
Yeah, if you... What skill do you think works really well with her?
Occult.
Yeah, you got occultism?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I have everything except for medicine and ethics. Public, private, we want.
Public. You can maybe try to ingratiate yourself to her.
I'm gonna try again.
Alright. Stupid gal. Ooh, better. Alright.
I know a little bit about the occult. I read lots of books.
Ah. You know about the occult. What do you know?
What do I know?
What do you?
Well, you see, my husband was a monster hunter, and there are a lot of weird occult monsters out there.
You call them monsters, but perhaps you just do not understand their purpose.
Well, if their purpose is to kill me, then
Not all creatures we call monsters intend to kill us, gal.
what's your favorite kind of occult creature, then, perhaps?
I don't have one off the top of my head. The point being.
Do you have a favorite occult spell, like inside ropes or something weird like that?
Ah, yes. There's one I prefer to as Rip the Spirit. Shall I do it to you now? Maybe that will solve your soul issue.
She's like, oh.
You think you're a funny lady, but have you ever spit bees?
Spit bees?
Yes, I know this is also a cult spell.
Well, some in the Senate would call me a witch.
Well, are you a witch actually or no? Do you have familial?
He doesn't answer.
You're a funny lady, but I think maybe you're losing it a little.
Losing it, no. I am the proprietor of the Endless Repository, girl. The largest library of secrets in all of Taldor. And should you show some respect, perhaps I may allow you into it.
Well, did I roll high enough or no?
Yes, you have impressed me enough with your knowledge of the occult, but you lack
I do not have any magical ability, so you know, I
indeed,
of course I do not know as much as you. I am
which is unfortunate.
much younger and I cannot cast spells and I stab things sometimes.
But anyone can cast a ritual. You do not need spellcasting ability.
Well, perhaps I will have to learn one about this.
You write that down?
I was like, oh shit, yeah, that's right.
I was gonna say, did you not know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I think I learned it and then forgot entirely because I never needed a ritual spell.
Right, I've never done a ritual.
Anyone can cast a ritual, so you do not need to know.
This is like 6 hours of cast ignition or something like that.
Yeah.
Erik wants
It depends on the
to-
rituals, though. All right, you make an impression on the Viscountess, and she tells you all these things about you. I'm gonna get in your headspace. What's going through your mind?
Panicking.
Panicking?
Well, it's like I don't know. Is it good? Is it bad? What do I tell Remy and Duke Abernathus? Because he said he wants to know too. So like, what do I even say? I don't want everyone to freak out because I don't know if it's good or bad. But it is fucking with my soul, which seems like a bad thing. But my soul's still there.
Yeah, your soul's still there, though.
But like split.
You're-
Is it split inside me or is it split and the other piece is somewhere else?
It's inside you.
Oh. This is very confusing. I do not understand.
It's supposed to be confusing.
I have no occult knowledge, and this lady is very mean to me.
All right, Dr. Erik. Free agent.
Okay.
What are you up to?
So, let me get the lay of the land again. Big buff lady wants to politically rough up someone.
Yes, but nobody's seen her yet.
Okay.
You'll know when she arrives.
Is she hot? No, that's a different question. Don't worry about that one.
Yes. Roll that wonderful feed footage.
I gotta maintain role-playing Erik and not Jay. It is very difficult whenever buff women are mentioned. Anyway,
As you step into the garden, you see Calvio wait. He says, "Oh, Mr. Dowie or Dowtree?
Oh shit! What have I done?
He's up on the veranda, so you can ignore him.
Okay, I give him like the most weak-hearted wave, 2 fingers at most.
Yeah.
For a wave.
2-finger wave.
Where are you guys? Okay, hold on. No, because you're in the library doing other things.
I'm in the Senate now.
She's in the Senate now. So
Where are you?
Ancient ass fucking lady.
she's in the Emperor's Hall. Well, she probably left the Emperor's Hall, so she's probably like hanging out in the
you're right
Senate.
there.
Yeah,
Hello.
I'm in the Senate room. Like, honestly, I was trying to figure out if I was going to go after the annoying lady just to make her stop demanding for...
And where's Maria?
He's in the garden chatting with 3 folks.
Oh, you're right there. Yeah.
Yeah, specifically, he's been chatting up Earl Varima.
Uh,
So if he would like to pick another target there. And chat
yeah. Maria's having a great time. He has a social circle now.
And thus Erik slinks back into the hedge maze.
Just like, yeah, you doing your thing. I'll let you be. I think I'm just gonna leave myself available for aid. I don't really know what to tackle in particular at this moment, so I will hang by.
Remember,
okay.
you're supposed to be building relationships. So pick an NPC that you like, and just fucking we ball.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Okay, I was gonna get there. I'm gonna.
Would you like to delay your turn and think about it some more?
Yes, but I'm gonna delay it with the soft spot of, just like I said, just shooting conversation with Bruadar. Because long story short, off the table, I'm gonna use Bruadar to get to know her new future husband, because I'm thinking way ahead. At some point, a broken father and a broken father would do really good to shoot the shit together.
Everybody's gonna be fighting over Baron Okerra.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna pick up Baron Okerra and take care of him, okay?
He's just a good dad.
I think there'd be something of a good nature to like vicariously understand that he doesn't want his daughter to result into loss. And I'm just like, hey, been there, man. Been there, done that, unfortunately.
So I heard from this lady that you confided in that your wife died.
Well, mine's left me, but you know, I get it.
All right. So there's no one else at this moment that you want to establish a relationship with?
Hold on, let me look back at someone's fucking. Wow, they're really gonna be significant, huh? Wasilica is gonna be a thing for a period of time.
You want to go hang out with Wasilica?
No.
You as the player want to, but you as Dr. Erik don't?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what makes sense for Dr. Erik right now. Yeah, I'm gonna delay, but I'm gonna tag along. I'm gonna talk along with Bruadar and just see what happens.
All right, you delay for now. Remind me. I don't want you to, as you get an opportunity. Maria, you've been chatting up Earl Varima. Kind of learned a little bit about what he does for work and stuff like that. And Marquess Charlotte Deschamps looks at you and she goes, well, haven't you ingratiated yourself into our little circle already? And she kind of gives you a sly smile. And she goes, you know, Sir Knight, since you showed up, I have had this, I guess you could call it a feeling, instinct, perhaps. Surely someone such as yourself has a secret or two to share? Tell you what, how about a secret for a secret?
In response to this, because it is anathema to him to refuse the request of the fair lady.
Is that anathema? The Shellen?
Technically, no, but I want it to be.
Okay.
And fortunately, I have taken both deception and performance.
Ah.
Because I suspect she's interested in the spectacle rather than the meat.
Yeah. Okay. And so you begin engaging Miss Deschamps in conversation. She says, you know, it is something about the way you carry. Something tells me that you have something you want to hide. Almost as if you're... how could we say? Trying to conceal 2 halves.
As per usual, he will nod, but this time he will nod in being a vigilante.
With your separate personas. See. Oh, this is quite fun. Mr. Maria, how about a little game. Like I said, a game of secrets.
Yes, as the challenge, may I take the first shot?
But of course, and she, gives you a curtsy. After you, Sir.
As he takes a moment, should I bother rolling a deception or actually not deception, performance, just to take a more harmless secret and just blow it out of proportion purely for her amusement?
Okay, yeah. Let's do it. Performance.
May I add my courtly graces?
Courtly graces? Yes. Let's see what you got, Maria. It's almost like she's got you pinged already. This Marquess Deschamps is more intuitive than you might first think. Okay, 23. He knows what the ladies don't desire. Excellent. And the Marquess is most impressed with your performance.
Out of character, I can't think of what he says word for word, but he will reveal to her some youthful indiscretions he has partaken in with some of his compatriots in his service of House Darahan. During perhaps a part of their tour of duty, being garrisoned in the Monastery of Seven Forms, which is, contrary to the name, more of a city carved into the mountains around the old Tien Monastery.
Than an actual monastery.
Like, there is one, but there's also an entire city around there that's essentially the new capital of Whitebar.
Ah, okay. She says, ooh, see, I knew you were the adventurous type. I could sense it. And well, like I said, a secret for a secret, and perhaps there might be something we share similar. And you see Lady Zariah says, Marquess Deschamps, stop playing with the boy. Oh, it's just a bit of fun, after all. Well, Mr. Maria, I'll let you in on a little secret of mine. You see, I was born a commoner. But I seized social climbing opportunities wherever they presented themselves. To slip into noble households disguised as a page, to learn everything I could possibly about upper-class custom. And in fact, one time such an endeavor went sour, I had to flee Taldor's capital and join the Pathfinders. Of course, over the course of my adventures, though, well, I felt the call to return home. So, I established a long-standing relationship with the now disgraced Aurelius Cato and joined the Cato family, finally gaining the noble title I had sought for so long. But my connections to the Pathfinder Society have also put me in the good graces of Lady Gloriana Marilla, which you guys know is the lady that accompanies Princess Eutropia. And well,
But I can't see her.
let's see. A Senate seat recently vacated as a representative of the interests of House Cato, and so I was appointed. None of these nobles would even believe that a mere commoner stands before them now. Shows you just how much they think they know.
You would just wordlessly look up at the veranda to look at Calbio.
Calbio's up there. Ah, yes. Calbio, you see, he is receiving his title through patient. But the point I'm trying to make here, sir, is that I earned my position through hard work, a little deception, and by carrying a secret. Now, your little performance was wonderful, but I believe there's something else you're not quite telling everyone. And I do hope to hear about it someday. She gives you a wink. But, big reveal for the Marquess. She's kind of, like I said, a girl boss. She was born common.
Yeah.
She sounds like a schemer.
Yeah, maybe you need a schemer on your side. Who knows? Another bit of information that's really important is because of her connection to Lady Gloriana Marilla, she also has...
We'll call her Glorilla.
has a connection to the princess.
Right. Oh God.
And so it makes sense why she, of all people, was like, whatever, Grand Strategos. Who cares? But her little secret is that she is actually common born. And normally the only way for a commoner to become a noble is through exaltation. And she schemed and then not only worked her way into the Cato family, but then disgraced them so she could get everything. And she's a Marquess, which means that she's
pretty high up there.
Yeah, she's like somewhere in the middle, I think.
I don't know. Doesn't sound super trustworthy to me.
I suppose Maria's opinion on that would depend on what he believes about the Cato family.
Ah, indeed. I don't have any details on the Cato family at the moment. I'll have to dig in and see. But the important bit I want you guys to get across from this is that she was common born and she's a schemer.
Yes, she is.
She's cutthroat. But she believes that she earned it. And much like Lady Zaraya was saying earlier, women in Taldor are already ascending to positions of power. The old folks just ain't seeing it yet.
Yeah, Maria just nods along with this, like, at worst he thinks, like, you know what? The Catos brought it upon themselves.
Indeed. Well, that's a little bit of nudging of my own, but that's a story. You can feel it, Maria. Her gaze is, like, piercing. It's almost like you know that she knows that you're not exactly who you say you are. But she also knows how to play the game. And I like to think that it's kind of like a power move on her part, where she tells you, like, yeah, I know how to play the game. I know what you're doing. But I'm not going to tell you. But there's a level of respect. And that'll earn you a point with the Marquess. And so, Bruadar, you're hanging out with Dr. Erik at the moment. What are you guys up to? Remember, Bruadar, you did an excellent showing at the debate, which gave you a bonus with Duke Talbot if you decide to go talk to him.
Random question. What was the name of the senator that we were needing to keep an eye out for?
Senator Doe, but he doesn't have like art or anything. He's just kind of like a junior senator. It's an event that you guys will become aware of.
Okay, good. So I don't have to worry about that too much.
Yeah, you don't have to like go far.
Okay.
Martella just asks that if you see something, if you would politely intervene.
Gotcha. Okay.
You're a free agent.
Yeah, I know, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do if I feel crazy. You know what? I feel crazy. Yeah, I'll go talk to him.
Talk to Duke Talbot?
Duke Talbot, yeah.
Oh, and Erik, I know you said you're kind of hanging out with Bruadar. You're like, I don't want to go talk to some stuffy trade negotiator.
The ugly bald one over there.
It's either the ugly ball one, and if I don't talk to him, I'm going to go straight back up to those rafters, and I'm going to pull someone's hair out, and it's not mine.
You put yourself a quite an interesting ultimatum, but have at it if you need some more reformed assistance. I will try to be my most professional.
Okay, so here's the struggle. We've got two choices. Either we go talk to the bald guy and get in good ties and good favors, or we're going to disgrace someone and either get her trapped in a closet somewhere, or we just mess up her outfit for the night. I don't know which one I want to do more at the moment. But all I can tell you is I don't know.
Well,
to be clear, just so they don't like mess up your mission, you're supposed to find out which way she's going to vote.
Yes.
So that is the objective for Countess Abrielle Pace.
Oh, Brad, I forgot it was your mission too. That makes this even funnier.
Yeah, I was I
Listen,
kept
I don't
forgetting to
care.
ask that as well.
Somebody else wants to do my other half of the mission. I'm not gonna say no.
what was your? Ooh.
You say
How did you plan to approach it?
How would I
I mean,
approach it?
Maria can try to do it as well, but
Yeah.
he does also say, "Oh, wait, you have an in with Duke Talbot. I actually do wish to inveigle myself into understanding the financial situation."
Okay, so we've got one finance vote. We've got the potential chaos vote between the two of us. Alright, we're gonna be good. And then after, if we have enough time, we'll go after the lady that wants to have a little person be her helper. And you can come with me then, and then I can act like your little helper minion. Eh?
Can your infiltrator's elixir turn you into a halfling?
It cannot modify my
Have to
height.
be right. It has to be a creature the same
okay.
size.
Yeah.
Bruadar was totally just gonna act like the help for a bit, actually, was the plan.
All right, so Bruadar, you're gonna make your way over to Duke Talbot.
Yes.
All right. You make your way over to Duke Talbot, and he is still in conversation with these two gentlemen. Baronet Doranus Chicato, as well as as well as Landgrave Ogvi Jarlball. And he is in the midst of trying to get them to agree to some sort of trade agreement, much like you heard earlier. You guys kind of saw that when Lord Kastner and Vernisant started arguing about family and lineages and all that stuff, he said, I don't have time for this. And so, Bruadar, as you make your way over, the Duke is once again engaging in conversation about the trade deals. He seems to have a singular focus on this. And as he's talking, though, the Baronet Doranus Chicato looks at Duke Talbot and he says, Duke Talbot, it is my understanding that you have been managing your business empire all on your lonesome. He says, yes, that is true. But do you not have a son? Shouldn't he be assisting you with these matters? He says, Baronet Chicato, I do not wish to speak about such things. What is most important is establishing these trade deals. As I have said to everyone here in the Senate, the Grand Prince has neglected the nation's treasury. It is my belief that if we do not fortify our trade agreements, the nation will go bankrupt before I am dead. And he looks back at me and goes, well, I do not wish to speak ill of the Grand Prince, but says I, neither do I. But nonetheless, we all know that Stavian is getting old, and ever since the death of his son, he has neglected his fiduciary duties. And so I am trying to pick up the pieces. And so, Bruadar, that's where you come in. You hear a little bit. The Baronet asks him about his son, and he says, no, I do not wish to talk about this. Why do you keep going to all the people with children, Bruadar?
No, and that's even funnier. I don't know. I swear. It's not on purpose.
She's got that mom sense.
So how are you going to ingratiate yourself into this conversation? And aside from the Duke, both of these men look like military. One, obviously, we can tell, would be in the same realm as like the High Strategos. Not necessarily like friends, but like they're both part of the military. While the other fellow looks like he may have been part of the Ulthen Guard. And we kind of talked about that in the last session. So what's your approach right now? As the Duke is trying to get them to talk about trade, but they are just so curious about his son.
Bruadar will come up, and after hearing the part of discussing the Grand Prince's death, because how long has that been? Would Bruadar remember that by any chance?
I think it's been 20 years, if I remember correctly.
20 years since the prince's death?
Yes, I believe so. I'll have to double check, but I think it's been 20 years.
Okay, since the heir's death.
It's double digits, so.
Okay, so the death
Yeah, it was.
heir
I
has
do
been,
believe
like-
it was 20 years though.
That's why I was like, can I make this work? No. Okay.
It should be under Prince Stavian.
Yeah, it's in his dossier. It's 20 years.
Yep, 20 years.
Okay. So he's been running it for 20 years, or his son's been dead for 20
His son's been dead for 20 years.
Okay, thank you. Okay. You know, with this king having that death for so many years, don't you think that it'd be time for him to actually, I don't know, finish the mourning process? Jesus Christ. Not wrong God. For God's sakes now. We just need to get this town's functioning again. But if you just keep banging this dead cow, it's not going to get any prettier.
Oh.
You gotta figure out something different in order to get this point across, dear.
Ooh, that's ballsy. You're bad-mouthing the Grand Prince.
Jesus.
I think I'm gonna need a diplomacy check as they all kind of look at you shocked.
Well, she's gotta get attention some way.
Do not pull punches.
Some of the like minor nobility go, did you hear what that dwarf just said about the Grand Prince? Okay, you're saving face though, Bruadar. You're charismatic. The Duke looks over at you and he says, excuse me, ma'am. While I understand your frustrations with the Grand Prince, it is ill-advised to complain so loudly, lest you wish to find yourself disappearing.
Oh, no, not just, look, at the end of the day, there are times where you just have to stay blunt, but for goodness sakes, I wasn't just saying that on the dead cow regarding the prince. Not in that way. You got it wrong a little bit, hun. What I meant is you keep talking about the same thing again and again, about the trades. While they are important, aren't we also here to party?
But, yes, I know. Everyone is here gallivanting around like foolish foppers. But can you not see it? Do you think all this stuff is free? Do you think it costs money, madam? I would think that, given your arguments on the stage earlier, that you would understand such a thing.
Absolutely I do. But here's the question at the end of it. Where are we getting the things to trade? Where are we getting the items? Are we keeping it local, or can we get it out and about, dear? Because, you just sometimes have to work more internal in order to clean it out. Or you have to question whether or not things are actually within the system entirely, Like making it to where we seem in this grand experience that, and she's pointing her hands up into the air, being grand, into this grand experience of wonder and joy. Or are we actually asking ourselves, what are we doing to get the people to trade with us?
And that is precisely what I have been doing. Listen, Lady Dwarf, I do not mean to make presumptions, but do you know who I am? I am Duke Talbot, Duke Bacchus Talbot II, and I control a vast trade empire that stretches beyond the borders of Taldor, extending as far as Varisia. I know extensively what needs to be done to work with our neighbors and partners. Alright? But we are so wasteful these days. Ever since the damn prince died, the Grand Prince holds these extravagant balls in the nobles of Taldor. They spend money left and right as if as if it's infinite. But that is not true. We can all see. You have walked the streets of Opara, have you not? Yes, the Senate Hill may be beautiful, but what of the rest of the city? Half of the population lives in squalor. That is because we have no infrastructure. What of our roads? What of our etc., infrastructure, because I can't go with anything else.
Okay, yeah.
The point I'm trying to make, Lady Dwarf, is that if Taldor is to be a great empire, it needs money to function. And in my opinion, based on our current trade, wow, this is super relevant to real life. Based on our current trade policies, the value of Taldan coin and services is going down. So if we do not build these agreements and I get these damn signatures from these senators, we will have nothing at the end. And it doesn't matter who's in charge, whether the princess is in charge or whether High Strategos is in charge. Our enemies will see that our coffers are empty. And in that moment, they will strike, and we will have nothing to defend ourselves. That is the point that I am trying to get across to everyone.
Oh, okay, so you want your trade agreement with fucking Russia, North Korea. Okay, Jay.
Listen, I understand. People like Lord Kastner, I understand his hesitancy. Cheliax is not my first to choose trade partner, but at least I know they will honor their contracts.
Shit, he got a point. They do love contracts.
Those Cheliax boys, they sure love the contact.
Surely you can understand this.
Oh, I do, but I mean, your dukeship. Yeah, but here's my question at the end of the day. You keep talking about infrastructure and stuff, and my question is, with all these grand experiences, why aren't you talking about infrastructure if it's so important? Not including the trades. The trades are important too over there. But if we're that worried about that, then why is there not a formation of donations? Why is there not the taxation on this upper class in order to help? Where are the shelters? Where are the places of where to be? Why is this not being talked about?
I can tell you exactly why. And
Is it because of traits?
he points a hand out towards the rest of the Senate. It's because of all of them. The people in attendance here, they have become sloppy, fat on excess, and at the great detriment to us all. So I have worked tirelessly to try to convince them otherwise, but for the most part, my words fall on deaf ears. He pauses, as he says, like, my words fall on deaf ears. No, never mind. What would you know? Regardless.
Well, I know some deaf ears. I've dealt with too many deaf ears of kids. Heaven help me.
I do not wish to speak of children. And the baronet says, really, Duke Talbot, why are you so hesitant to speak of your son? My family business is none of your concern. Is this a moment where Dr. Erik would like to take his turn? I saw you move.
Yeah, so I'm moved because I am thinking about it.
So would you like to intervene?
I do, but like I'm trying to figure out what to say altogether now.
Pull the dead kid card.
No. I won't get into that angle just yet. Yeah, Erik would say is like, you say it falls on deaf ears, but in words like that, the people will hear you. And what's a nation without its people?
Precisely. Now, nobody likes taxation, and many of the nobles, they tax their people into excess to fuel these ridiculous, gaudy parties.
And they could be helping the folks who need it most, especially on the lower ends of Taldo, where sickness runs rampant whenever it pleases.
Precisely.
Those can.
So you have been through the streets. You have seen our crumbling infrastructure. This is the city of Opar. It is our capital city. It should be a glittering jewel that rivals Absalom. And instead,
agree more.
only one part of the city can look as beautiful as the rest. It's nonsense.
And that's why the old ways of thinking should be changed. Wouldn't you agree?
And the Duke is hesitant to give his opinion. But you do hear the baronet chime in. He says, Now, hold yourselves. I understand everybody's frustrations with the High Strategos. Me and him have our disagreements. But we need to be careful about what we say here today, especially on the Senate floor.
Careful, there's so many different political views roaming about, having drinks and frolicking about their pastimes. This is a political hellscape on its own.
Listen, I must agree that I am somewhat in agreement with Duke Talbot here. In addition to our infrastructure, I am a dogged proponent for revitalizing Taldo's military, which I see as languishing despite the funding that we have. I fear that our military will lag behind the innovations of the other nations. And the High Strategos shares these beliefs with me, but we often disagree about the best way to implement military reform.
I'll leave the warring thoughts to your devices, but I will say this at least. The people will fight for a city that they believe in. And if the city serves its people, then you have yourself a pretty loyal army, no matter the benefits of tax.
Ooh. And so, I wish you had group impression, because unfortunately you don't. So I need you to pick a target specifically, who you're trying to get at. But you get a little hint into Baronet Chicato. He's a military man, and he believes in revitalizing the military, but it seems there's a wedge between him and the High Strategos. There might be something to gain there if you influence him.
I'm gonna save that bookmark for Maria because that sounds like right up your character's alley to like fiddle with.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that. Thank you.
I'll be raising the eyebrow for me in general because that's kind of Erik's thing right now. I want the best for the people. So if that means bringing down the higher powers to a more understandable playing field, I'm all in for that.
All right, so you're gonna go with.
There's mental conflict with this Cheliax thing though, but like I get it.
No one better will honor their agreements. And since it's Duke Talbot, you can roll society in place of diplomacy.
Alrighty.
As you're trying to ingratiate yourself to him. Let him know, like, he's cooking, as you said. Ooh, okay. It's good to hear that someone else understands. You are a learned... Wait a second. Takes a minute to look at you. You are a Zespire.
Indeed. Or was, depending on how you consider reputation to be when it comes to blood.
Well, and as you mentioned, when it comes to blood, yes, I know something about disgrace and bloodlines. And do you press him on it to find out why?
Yeah, and I was say it's all a bit pressuring for something that is somewhat out of our control. What stories do you have behind that?
Well, you look like you still stick to your duties, though, right? You don't go off gallivanting around like some sort of adventurer.
My heart lies with the people and those in need. Always.
Precisely. In a similar way, though you may be a boots-on-the-ground type gentleman, I do it at a large scale. You see, it's as if I am living two lives. My first life is that, of course, of a senator and a political figure in the machinations of this beautiful empire. But the second, of course, is the one that I pour the majority of my energy into, is that of a business magnate. As I told the young dwarf here, I maintain a vast trade empire, exchanging all manner of mundane and magical goods all throughout Talbot and the Inner Sea. I have used this position to push for greater trade reforms, to allow us to make inroads with former Talbot territories, such as Andorra, and Cheliax, and, God forbid, even Galt. But I am getting old. I'm well into my 50s now, and my greatest shame, to be frank with you, my friend, is my family. My son, Howell Bacchus Talbot III, joined the Church of Abadar at an early age. And then, soon enough, he set off to Varisia in search of adventure under orders from the Church of Abadar, leaving me alone with my duties and the business empire. It's a disloyalty that I can never quite forgive my son for.
Disloyalty for who, dear? For your...
To his responsibilities!
To your own pride. Disloyalty to your own pride is what it is. He followed his.
Ooh, there's a bit of animosity. Lady Dwarf, I thought we were of similar mind. Surely.
We are. Of course, dear, we are. But here's the thing. He's his own individual, as you are. So the question is, are you letting your own anger control you at the end of the day, or are you letting it control him?
He's got a responsibility as my son. Surely, dwarven families are similar. You care about families and lineages.
I do, dear. I do. But I also accept that I have to let some things go and let them fly on their own.
While you guys have engaged him positively in conversation, that last bit there kind of irks him the wrong way. He doesn't seem willing to, at this level of your relationship, to really allow that disloyalty to be done. He's very hung up about it. He's also getting old. Now he's got to be a senator and manage this multinational corporation. And so it's stressful for an old dog like him. And he's trying to save Taldor from emptying all its coffers.
He's trying to be Superman when he realizes that he's 60 and he can't do it no more.
Exactly.
It's all his fault.
You say, just take a break. But that is where we will end it today. Friends, as we continue through the Exaltation Gala, we're about halfway through. Well done, well done. Good work building those relationships. I will reveal more info in these dossiers, so they will be available to you, as always, next time. As a sneak preview of what is to come next session. As the next 30 minutes go by, it is 8 p.m., you hear the sounds of the trumpets, once again, that announce the arrival of important people. Late in the evening, a silence falls over the gala, and the crowd parts as servants unroll a red carpet to the Arcade of Triumphs in the Senate floor. And then the trumpets go, "Doo, doo, doo, doo. Now announcing the arrival of Grand Prince Stavian III.
Oh shit.
Dun, 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 as the Grand Prince has arrived on the scene, accompanied by a dozen of his elfin guard. As he ascends the 100 steps to the building, the guests quickly flock to catch a glimpse of him, Taldor's leader. And we'll find out what happens to the Grand Prince
Next time.
next time.